I'm from Shiv Nadar School, Noida, and
I'm Shaurya. I'm also from Shiv Nadar School, Noida. We're two students in 12th grade.
so I'm going to be speaking about mindful consumption and an initiative we've taken in our school called the Restore, which is a thrift store. I wanted to talk about the importance of bridging socioeconomic disparities and why sustainable management is a prerequisite for bridging socioeconomic disparities, especially in a country like India. So we opened a thrift store in our school, which was a space created to sell items at subsidized rates. And we made sure to attach a handwritten item from the person that was giving the item away, because as a place, from a place of privilege, most of us are very privileged at our school. It is important to reframe thrifting as something that is a foreign and alien concept to something that is an eco-friendly and sustainable choice, and most of all, something which is familiar. So a thrift store is not only about practicing mindful and conscious consumption, it's also about poverty alleviation. And I want to read out a quote from Terry Pratchett, who came up with the Boots theory of socioeconomic unfairness. The reason that the rich were so rich, Vimes responded, was because they managed to spend less money. For example, a rich man who can afford to buy boots which are 5,000 rupees, he'll end up with boots that'll last him a lifetime. But a poorer man who can only afford boots that are 200 or 300 rupees, he'll inevitably have to end up buying boots every year. So over time, the rich man will end up spending less money. So the luxury of being able to spend less money over time is something that we must perpetuate towards the most vulnerable sections of our communities. And that's where practicing mindful and conscious consumption comes into place. Now over to Rhea, who will be speaking about another initiatives our school has taken under.
Hello everybody. So we've talked a lot about sustainable consumption today, but what our school specifically focuses on more is mindful consumption. Now, consumerism has become a very powerful symbol of contemporary capitalism and globalization, and consumerism is given the strength by all the marketing agencies, the daily advertisement, and especially when we talk about the youth. The youth is absolutely influenced, and they have to are established, their social identity is established through how they consume. No matter what the quality of the product might be, if the youth is seen to consume brands which might be a little bit overpriced, that helps them with their social status. And of course, as we might know, adolescents are highly dependent upon their social influence. So talking about this, what we focus on at our school is making the concept of mindful and sustainable consumption not something that is just immediately one day introduced to our students, in 12th grade and 11th grade in parallel to their curriculum. So for example, something very interesting we've recently done is we have capstone projects every year in our school. Now a few years ago, we had a team of students from I think 9th grade make a project where they had a huge heart-shaped metal trash can where they got to dispose any scraps they found around school, any scraps they might have at their home, and the moment the trash can got filled every week or every day, it would light up and it would just be a big heart thanking everybody for their for being mindful and disposing of their waste mindfully. Something very interesting we've done recently is in another capstone project, we had students design clothes from scraps, such something similar that we are doing here today, making bags from waste scraps. So, and what we had was our primary school students of around ages 7, 8, 9. They did a whole fashion show in the school with a catwalk where they showed all the clothes that were made by our students from 9th grade. So I would like to end this by saying that as Raina mentioned in her speech, that sometimes we can feel like we're all alone in the effort we're making. So I think even the students who are present here today, I would request you all to go home and reflect on how much do you individually value the amount of influence you can have in bringing a change on your own individual level. Besides from switching lights, saving water, how much do you think you can really make a difference? And do you, like several other people, end up underestimating the amount of influence you can have? Thank you, everybody.